This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 16th day of October in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. Distinguished Guyanese legal luminary and former acting Justice of Appeal Christopher Airf Bulkan was today sworn in by President Airf as the newest judge of the Caribbean Court of Justice. Justice Bulkan took the oath of office in the presence of the President of the Caribbean Court of Justice, Justice Winston Anderson, Prime Minister Mark Phillips, and Attorney General Anil Nandlal, along with the acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Justice Roxanne George, and other officials. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the office of the President here in Georgetown. Justice Bulkan is the third Guyanese to be appointed to the bench of the Caribbean Court of Justice, Guyana's final appellate court. Offering his congratulations, President Airf said Guyana takes pride in Justice Bulkan's appointment to the CCJ. Describing Justice Bulkan as a man of intellect, President Ali said his career is a model of public service, having served in multiple capacities at the level of the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions, the Magistracy, and the Court of Appeal in Guyana.
Guyana celebrates Justice Bulkan today and hails his appointment to the Caribbean Court of Justice. Justice Bulkan's appointment to the Caribbean Court of Justice is both a personal triumph and a national honor. We are certain that he will bring to the court the same clarity of thought, depth of analysis, and balance of judgment that have characterized his distinguished career. As he takes up this new and solemn responsibility, we wish him a successful tenure.
In August, Justice Bulkan was selected by the Regional Judicial and Legal Services Commission to join the CCJ as a judge. He holds a Bachelor of Laws from the University of the West Indies, a legal education certificate from the Wooding Law School, a Master's of Laws from University College London, and a Doctor of Philosophy in Law from the Osgoode Hall Law School, York University in Canada. He has worked both regionally and internationally, and in the course of his career has functioned in various capacities, including as a litigator, academic, author, activist, judge, and international law expert. Justice Bulkan was admitted to the local bar in 1990. He sat on the Court of Appeal of Guyana in 2018 and later served as a judge of the Court of Appeal in Belize. Between 2008 and 2022, he taught in the Faculty of Law of the University of the West Indies, in addition to serving as an expert member of the United Nations Human Rights Committee. President of the CCJ, Justice Winston Anderson, said Justice Bulkan brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the bench of the Caribbean Court.
Justice Bulkan's work reflects his deep commitment and unwavering dedication to the principles of social justice, equality, and of the rule of law. These attributes, alongside his wisdom, depth of knowledge, and wealth of experience, will serve him in good stead as he embarks on service at the highest judicial level in our region. The people of Guyana have good reason to be proud of their son and of his elevation to the CCJ.
And acting Chancellor Justice Roxanne George, who graduated alongside Justice Bulkan in 1988 from the University of the West Indies and later from the Wooding Law School in 1990, said she was thrilled to witness his elevation to the bench of the Caribbean Court of Justice.
His humility and calm, friendly personality belie his sharp wit and masterful command of the English language, which is evident in his judgments and academic publications. With a doctorate in law, he brings to the CCJ bench many years of experience as a regional and international champion of human rights, years of experience as a lecturer at the University of Guyana and at the University of the West Indies, as a Justice of Appeal in Guyana and Belize, and as a member of regional and international bodies. Therefore, speaking on behalf of the judicial officers of Guyana, We believe beyond a reasonable doubt that Justice Bulkan will be an asset to the CCJ, our apex court.
In his acceptance speech, Justice Bulkan said it is an honor and privilege to serve as a judge of the Caribbean Court of Justice.
But starting, I must first and foremost express my gratitude to my mother, whom, as I've said before, has been both mother and father to me. But I'm also the beneficiary of the enormous sacrifices of my father, who died far too young, and as well the consistent care of my 6 older siblings. The public service and the values espoused by my siblings and my close relatives come directly from my mother. And to her I say thank you very much for your consistent example in our lives.
Late Justices Desiree Bernard and Duke Pollard are the other 2 Guyanese justices who were appointed to the bench of the Caribbean Court of Justice. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
It's a 2025 Denmark Music and Entertainment Awards. Let's go!
Even if you're away.
Firstly, press up, charge up, rise up.
Let him go.
I'm from a kingdom where we live by the laws of God, not the words of people.
They are left undone. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful experience. I think they should have it every single year for all the Guyanese artists. And I think they should show more, Guyanese people should show more support.
I feel amazing. I feel so grateful to be a part of it. So it's great to see the cultures building together and actually building a bridge closer together.
Don't know why I tried to find love in these eyes.
Filaria worms can live in your body for years.
Mom, what's filaria?
Listen, it's an infection from worm that spreads through mosquito bites. And if we don't take the pills, we can get really sick.
And it's not just about us. If one of us has it, then mosquitoes can spread it to the whole neighborhood.
That's so scary. What should we do?
Simple. We take the pills together when the health worker comes around, and that way we're safe.
Right. Healthy family, healthy community, no excuses.
What we are talking about, filaria gonna get knocked out. TKO.
Classes have been suspended for students of the Betavawacting Primary School and the Region 4 Special Education Needs Center. Minister of Education Sonia Parag disclosed today. The primary school and the special needs center, which are both located in the same compound, have been battling a pigeon infestation for over 3 years. In recent weeks, the situation has worsened. Today, the Education Minister explained that classes have been suspended for the rest of the week to allow for measures to be put in place to keep the pigeons away. Those measures include the installation of additional mesh material around the two schools.
What we've done now is that we're going to be covering the exposed areas with some mesh, and we'll try to do that over the weekend when the children are not in schools.
During the course of this week, a number of students and teachers at the two schools fell ill. The Education Minister said based on medical examinations conducted on 4 of the affected children, their illnesses were not linked to the infestation.
That we were able to have the children be taken to a hospital with the consent of the parents, of course, the parents being informed, and they were assessed, examined, and so by a doctor. That's at the Enmore Regional Hospital, and it was determined that it was not related. That's what we were informed, and so they were okay.
Just yesterday, a number of parents threatened protest action over the state of the two schools, which includes pigeon droppings all over the classrooms. The parents worried that those droppings were making their children ill. We turn our attention now to the oil and gas sector. Vice President Jagdeo today expressed disagreement with a suggestion by Exxon Guyana President Alastair Rutledge that converting Guyana's gas into liquefied natural gas is not a priority at this stage for his company. The government had selected Fulcrum LNG to collaborate with ExxonMobil to monetize the country's liquefied natural gas resources, but there has been no formal agreement. The project's goal is to monetize Guyana's offshore natural gas reserves, which amount to an estimated 16 trillion cubic feet. At the Freedom House press conference this afternoon, Mr. Jagdeo said the Guyana government is disagreeing with the ExxonMobil position, explaining that the Guyana government's aim to bring the project on stream as early as possible remains intact. The Vice President said if ExxonMobil is no longer interested in the project, the government can seek another contractor.
So I hope Exxon doesn't believe that we are putting it on a back burner, because they're talking sometime, oh, this is not, LNG is not a priority. Now, anything that would make the project feasible will be a priority for us, because it will bring a revenue stream to the country. So we made it clear at the beginning that when this project is being examined by all the parties, that we have an open mind now as to the use of the gas, that the most feasible use should be pursued, the one that brings the greatest return to Guyana and to our people.
The government had publicized a request for bids for the design, financing, construction, and operation of essential gas infrastructure to support upstream developments in Guyana. Out of 17 companies, Fulcrum LNG was identified as the most responsive and compliant bidder, ranking number 1. Mr. Jagdeo said the government has no plans to make any investment in the project, but he maintains that a liquefied natural gas is the most feasible option that could be done faster through a floating platform.
I hope Exxon doesn't think that by trying to take this off the table, which it seems as though they're doing by saying it's not a priority, that they would delay this project that they were not initially interested in, because the infrastructure to promote other use of the project will take much longer than a floating LNG structure to use the gas. So I hope I'm wrong, because I have not spoken to them as yet.
The Vice President also said the government plans to use the profit from all the associated gas resources in the Stabroek block to bring in more revenue for the country and offer new opportunities for citizens. In the friendly skies, regional carrier LIAT Air has announced that it will begin scheduled service between Guyana's Eugene F. Correa Airport at Ogle and Antigua's V.C. Byrd International Airport on the 17th of November. The airline will initially offer 3 flights per week between the two destinations. LIAT Air has been operating to the Chedi Jagan International Airport to Mary since its return to the Guyana skies in 2024. The previous LIAT 1974 airline operated daily flights between the airport at Ogle and Barbados' Grantley Adams Airport before its operations folded in 2020. Since the launch of the new LIAT Air, the company has been expanding its service across the Caribbean as it battles competition from other regional carriers. LIAT Air is offering several connections with various destinations through Antigua and has been seeking to create a bigger traveling link between Guyana and Antigua.
Guyana. On Saturday the 15th November, the Guyana National Stadium comes alive as the Sheriff's Entertainment, Dream Team Entertainment, and Team Rodney brings to you the premier international music festival featuring Massacre with a live band performance. Female dancehall sensation Chanel Muir, alongside Cranium, the Melody God, and some of Guyana's top artists, Super Ray and Stitchy One Man Band, and Guyana's top local DJs. This promises to be a night to remember. Win an exclusive gate prize of a brand new car. Saturday, 15th November 2025, Guyana National Stadium, the premier international music festival. This event is sponsored by
PK Goods and Consultancy Services, Guinness,
Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, Crown's Hair and Beauty Emporium, Sunrise Cruise, Rodney's Court, Info 10 Media, 94.1 Boom FM, Fireside Grill, Rude Boy, Platinum Sponsors, Crown's Auto Nation, and NP Mining.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
It's a 2025 Demrock Music and Entertainment Awards. Let's go!
Even if you're away, 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 away.
Firstly, rest up, charge up, rise up.
Let him go. I'm from a kingdom where we live by the laws of God, not the words of people.
They all left undone. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful experience. I think they should have it every single year for all the Guyanese artists. And I think they should show more, Guyanese people should show more support.
I feel amazing. I feel so grateful to be a part of it. So it's great to see the cultures building together and actually building a bridge closer together.
Don't know why I try to find love in these eyes.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for wash your soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Well, the chairman of the Guyana Shipping Association, Kamal Singh, and a team recently met with shipping officials in Trinidad and Tobago over the shipping delays being faced by Guyanese companies at a shipping port in Trinidad. Mr. Singh met with the Chief Executive Officer of the Port of Spain, Robert Ramshug, to address the ongoing challenges. A statement today from the Shipping Association said Mr. Singh also met with the Comptroller of the Customs Department in Trinidad to discuss challenges within the department, which the association believes are contributing to logistical issues at the port. The Shipping Association said as Guyana continues to experience delays in the delivery of containerized cargo, the meeting aimed to get a deeper understanding of the challenges faced at the Port of Spain and within the regional logistics chain. The Shipping Association stressed the importance of resolving the issues promptly, particularly with the busy Christmas season approaching, when import volumes typically surge. The association noted that global shipping challenges are already having a ripple effect, contributing to delays at ports across the region, especially in Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. The delays, it said, are having a negative impact on transshipment containers. According to the release, Mr. Singh has reaffirmed the Shipping Association's commitment to working closely with regional partners to improve the current situation. The Guyana Shipping Association said the engagement is part of its ongoing efforts to strengthen collaboration within the Caribbean shipping network, adding that it is committed to finding practical solutions that enhance cargo movement and ensure Guyanese businesses and consumers are not adversely affected by regional bottlenecks. The release explained that both the Shipping Association of Guyana and the Port of Spain have agreed to hold regular meetings to monitor progress and explore specific measures that individual shipping lines can take to alleviate current challenges. It was also noted that not all shipping lines are experiencing delays. The average transshipment time in Trinidad has improved from 24 days to approximately 15 days, with around 594 containers currently in the port of Trinidad and Tobago. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce earlier this week expressed its own worry over the delays. In the world of politics tonight, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Vice President Jagdeo, today said his party had no formal negotiations with the APNU for last Friday's vote for the chairs and vice chairs of the regional democratic councils. He said it was bad faith negotiations between the Win Party and the APNU that led to the results in some of the regions, especially in regions 4, 8, and 10. Mr. Jagdeo claimed that it was the Win and APNU that had formal negotiations, but he said he believes that the Win Party made the talks collapse due to their unreasonable demands. He said although the party is claiming it should have control in some regions where it has the most votes, it did not adopt that posture in other regions.
So there was no collaboration with the PPP and APNU, but they had to make an issue of it because they were offended with our friends on the other side. Our long-standing partners didn't collaborate with us to get the chairmanship of all of these places. They wanted leadership position, even where in the two regions where they didn't win the plurality of the votes, they were won by the PPP. That's what they wanted. They essentially wanted an anti-democratic system. That's what Win wanted.
On the question of the Region 10 vote, which resulted in a tie, Mr. Jagdeo said the PPP did not tell its councillors there how to vote. He said they were given the option to choose whichever party they believe can best represent the region, and they threw their support behind the APNU. Jagdeo said the people of Region 10 did not overwhelmingly vote for the PPP, and he is open to the option to have his councillors abstain from the next round of voting, although he said that is not a formal position.
We have no interest in the leadership of Region 10. The people want Win and they want APNU. They get Win and APNU. And in Region 7 too, they will get Win and APNU. Or Win or APNU. We have no interest in the leadership position. That's the party. And we allowed our councillors in that region to vote however they wished. And whomever they think would, we didn't direct them.
Mr. Jagdeo also clarified the situation in Region 8, where the PPP with 7 seats got the chairmanship and the APNU with just 1 seat got the vice chairmanship. He said there was no collaboration with the APNU, stating that the 1 extra vote the PPP received could have come from any councillor, including a councillor from the Win party, to give his party, the PPP, the edge for the chairmanship. He told reporters that both the PPP and the Win party nominated the APNU candidate for the vice chairmanship position, so there was no election for that position, since she was the only person nominated. Police Cadet Officer Roger Westmoreland has emerged as the best graduating student of the Guyana Defense Force's Standard Officers Course. On Wednesday afternoon at the commissioning parade, he received the Presidential Sword of Honor. The 25-year-old, who hails from West Amarara, said he joined the Guyana Police Force back in 2018 and jumped at the opportunity 2 years ago to enlist in the GDF Standard Officers Course. A total of 31 officers received their badges of rank from President Airf Ali during their commissioning parade on Wednesday at the GDF Camp Ghana headquarters. Addressing the new officers, President Ali called on them to carry forward the proud traditions of the force with integrity, courage, and devotion to duty.
This is why today is no ordinary day. For you, our newly commissioned officers, this afternoon's parade is more than a ceremony in the proud traditions of the Guyana Defense Force. It is a defining moment. It is a day that will be etched forever in your memory. A day that marks not just the completion of training, but the beginning of a lifetime of service.
The president also reminded the officers that their leadership will be tested, not only in command, but in the service of a nation on the rise.
You must lead with fairness. You must lead with compassion. You must ensure the well-being of your soldiers. You must foster a culture of accountability, of resilience, and of service. You must translate policy into practice. You must ensure that every soldier feels respected, supported, and prepared, not just to defend our sovereignty, but to contribute to national development, to disaster response, and to regional stability.
And President Ali told the officers of their responsibility not only to the GDF, but the country as a whole.
As your Commander-in-Chief, I remind you that your responsibility is not a trivial one. It carries the full weight of duty, trust, and expectation. It is the responsibility to defend, to protect, and to serve. It is the responsibility to recognize that our security, our peace, and our prosperity rests not only on laws or policies, not only on plans or strategies, but on something far deeper, on the character of our people.
Also receiving special awards for outstanding achievements were Second Lieutenant Hosea Harmon of the GDF, who received the Chief of Defense Staff Prize. Second Lieutenant Claudio Boland of the BDF, who earned both the Best International Student and Commandant. That's the Belize Defense Force. Guyana National Reserve Prizes, Cadet Officer Lloyd Calder of the Guyana Police Force, who received the Colonel Administration and Quartering Prize, and Second Lieutenant Moneta Sample of the GDF, the recipient of the Inspector General Prize, and Second Lieutenant Paul Thompson of the GDF, who was awarded the Commanding Officer 1st Infantry Battalion Prize.
Filaria worms can live in your body for years.
Mom, what's filaria?
Listen, it's an infection from worm that spreads through mosquito bites. And if we don't take the pills, we can get really sick.
And it's not just about us. If one of us has it, then mosquitoes can spread it to the whole neighborhood.
That's so scary. What should we do?
Simple. We take the pills together when the health worker comes around, and that way we're safe.
Right. Healthy family, healthy community, no excuses.
What we are talking about, filaria gonna get knocked out, TKO.
Guyana. On Saturday the 15th November, the Guyana National Stadium comes alive as does Sheriff's Entertainment, Dream Team Entertainment, and Team Rodney brings to you the premier international music festival featuring Massacre with a live band performance. Female dancehall sensation Chenille Muir, alongside Cranium, the Melody God, and some of Guyana's top artists, Super Ray and Stitchy One-Man Band, and Guyana's top local DJs. This promises to be a night to remember. Win an exclusive gate prize of a brand new car. Saturday, 15th November 2025, Guyana National Stadium, the premier international music festival. This event is sponsored by
PK Goods and Consultancy Services, Guinness,
Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, Crown's Hair and Beauty Emporium, Sunrise Cruise, Rodney's Court, Info 10 Media, 94.1 Boom FM, Fireside Grill, Rude Boy, Platinum Sponsors, Crown's Auto Nation, and NP Mining.
Live the island dream. It's your chance to be one of over 100 winners in the Island Dream promotion. Win your share of more than $1 million in cash and prizes, plus 2 all-inclusive weekend staycations for 2. And that's not all. Score coolers packed with Buster, Turbo, Altitude, and Viva. Just buy any can or bottle of Turbo, Buster, Altitude, or Viva. Find the code starting with BB, then visit at Buster Guyana or Turbo_Caribbean on IG or Facebook for details. Live the island dream, get money. Live the island dream.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall. In the region, relatives and friends of Las Cuvas resident Chad Charapo Joseph say the U.S. airstrike off Venezuela that killed him was an act of wickedness. President Donald Trump first broke the news about the strike in a post on social media on Tuesday. He said intelligence confirmed that the vessel was trafficking narcotics and was associated with illicit narco-terrorist networks and was transiting along a known route for smuggling. The action was part of the United States' continuing crackdown on what it says is the narco-trafficking activity emanating out of Venezuela. It was the fifth such exercise by the U.S. military in the region since Trump ordered the military to take up strategic positions in the Caribbean Sea. Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro is deemed a narco-trafficker by the U.S., which still has a U.S. $50 million bounty on his head. In all, 27 people have been killed in 5 airstrikes by the U.S., with Trump saying the success in the seas may now lead to a land attack on traffickers. However, on Wednesday, Las Cuvas residents learned Joseph, 26, was one of 2 Trinidadians who were on the vessel alongside 4 Venezuelans during Tuesday's U.S. strike. The other man was identified only as Samaru. In the seaside community Wednesday, one of Joseph's friends, who identified himself only as Kern, said he found the action by the U.S. was wrong. Kern, who spoke with Guardian Media while 4 other men were playing cards, said the atmosphere in the fishing community was one of sadness. Those with him on the Rochette questioned the legality of the bombing of the fishing vessel. His concern about Joseph's family getting closure was shared by Joseph's mother, Lenore Burnley, who said the second of her 6 children was not involved in drugs. With no body to bury or cremate, Burnley said she's trusting in God for the closure she needs. U.S. President Donald Trump confirmed on Wednesday that he authorized the Central Intelligence Agency to conduct covert operations in Venezuela, marking a sharp escalation in U.S. efforts to pressure President Nicolas Maduro's government. The New York Times first reported the classified directive, citing U.S. officials familiar with the decision, saying the Trump administration's Venezuela strategy aims to remove Maduro from power. The administration has offered $50 million for information leading to Maduro's arrest and conviction on drug trafficking charges. The new authority would allow the CIA to carry out lethal operations in Venezuela and conduct a range of operations in the Caribbean, the Times reported. Asked why he authorized the CIA to operate in Venezuela, Trump told reporters his reasons were migration of Venezuelans to the United States and drug trafficking. Trump has not provided evidence for his claim that Venezuela is sending former prisoners to the U.S. He added that the U.S. has made progress in intercepting drug shipments at sea and that additional efforts are now focused on overland routes. Historically, the agency's involvement in such operations has varied widely from direct paramilitary engagement to intelligence gathering and support roles with little to no physical footprint. Venezuela's government said Trump's remarks constituted a violation of international law and said U.S. actions were aimed at legitimizing a regime change operation with the goal of seizing the country's oil resources. And finally tonight, international news. Britain delayed a decision on whether to approve China's plans to build the largest embassy in Europe in London for a second time on Thursday, as ministers face pressure over the collapse of a trial of men accused of spying for Beijing. According to Reuters, China's plans to build a new embassy on the site of a 2-century-old building near the Tower of London have stalled for the past 3 years because of opposition from local residents, lawmakers, and Hong Kong pro-democracy campaigners in Britain. Concerns that the new embassy could be used as a base for spying have prompted some politicians in Britain and the United States to urge the government to block Beijing's plans. The government's Department of Housing said in a letter seen by Reuters that it would now rule on whether the project could go ahead by December 10 rather than by October 21 because of delays in receiving responses from the Interior and Foreign Ministries. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.